Hey guys, this is Victor, the Wise Traditions Nutritionist, and today I want to speak to you about the context of miracle cures. Okay, I know people believe in miracles and actually they are real in a way. So whatever ails you, whatever you fear, it can really be overcome. When I say miracle cures, we're talking about things that they seem like a miracle. They're just amazing. They work. And it's true, there are a lot of things out there that appear to be miracle cures. However, they require context. And so today I want to just give you some examples and help you understand the context of why and when some of these things work so that you can adjust your expectation and you can get an idea of what might be a miracle cure that is suitable for you and your condition at any particular time. All right, so a couple of things. Let's just get a background, a basic understanding. When we're talking about miracle cures, a lot of the reasons why these things work are because they're addressing a certain deficiency that you might have, meaning basically a nutritional deficiency. Your body needs something that it is not getting. And then there is another context in which many of these work, and that is when your body is overloaded. It cannot get rid of poisons, toxins, pollutants, etc. So again, we look at this nutrition. There's a context of nutrition. There's a deficiency, and so we're nourishing the body somehow. Or the body is not able to detox, so it's overloaded. And a miracle cure may address one or both of these things or kind of a balance in between. And really, when it comes to overall health, balance is really key. We need to get our body back into balance. And there's a lot of different things, right? So even I'm trying to break it down into these two contexts, but it's more than that. So when you want to look at a context, for example, this is a really cool thing. A shaman was asked, what is poison? Very simple. Anything that is beyond what we need. And now you got to expand your mind here. It's not just talking about like food, nourishment, sunshine, but ambition, fear, anxiety, right? So even the bad things, we actually do need some. Our body requires some stress, but when you get too much, it becomes toxic. It becomes a poison. So anyway, let's move forward, right? And again, I want to bring up some examples of miracle cures and help you get a context of what's going on here. So a very basic old one is liver. And liver was known to cure blindness. And the simple reason is because liver provides so much vitamin A. And there were people that were losing their vision. And you will notice this, even I noticed this. If my night vision starts to get worse, I know I'm deficient on vitamin A, and I can get liver and alleviate that quickly. And that is really a miraculous thing for some people because it will work in extreme cases. Now, the context here is assuming you've lost your sight because of a vitamin A deficiency. And then if that is the case and you get liver into your body, voila, suddenly your vision is there. Now, liver is a lot more than just vitamin A, okay? It's one of the best things you can eat. So it really does cure a lot of stuff. It helps your body recover. And this is one of the reasons why cod liver oil was the key medicine over 100 years ago. Before we had drugs, it was all about cod liver oil. And really, a lot of people still say that historically it is the cod liver oil that really helped us get a leg up on disease. And nowadays, we've lost a lot of the good cod liver oils because they're being processed. But fermented cod liver oil is one I still trust. And you'll see people refer to it for healing cavities and all sorts of things. And the only company that's providing that right now is Green Pasture. And this is a small farm that I love. So you've probably seen me talking about them before because really fermented cod liver oil is one of the best medicines we have, but it's actually a food, right? And you can just take it kind of as a supplement. So anyway, liver or cod liver oil, just eat liver. Get liver into your diet, and you could see it could be miraculous for you in more than one way. So that's just one example. So moving on, let's look at another very common example, chicken soup. Okay, you'll hear me talk a lot about broth, bone broth, meat broth, bone tea. our soups, again, in the modern times, we tend to just like buy soup or make a really bad soup using bad ingredients, meaning, commercial meats and vegetables. But if you learn how to make a really good old time bone broth or chicken soup or beef soup or pork soup, fish soup, whatever it is, that is better to stop malaria or tuberculosis or any disease. It'll work better than any drugs that we have. And you can see studies on that, and we know this historically. The problem in our modern times is that people have lost the art of making soup. I'm talking about soups that are cooked for a long time at low temperature, that are made with pastured meats and truly organic natural vegetables, spices, even liver, putting liver in your soup. So soup is really a very powerful thing, and it has a long history of being miraculous, and I would recommend it for anything. It is one of the things I always recommend, getting people back to soups to help them heal from anything. Things that modern medicine considers are incurable, soup can help you to recover. So, moving on to something a little bit more exotic, we have ketone, which is a special type of seawater. And I mention this because I mentioned it in my magnesium video recently, and then some people contacted me like, whoa, what was this like miracle cure you mentioned? Well, ketone is kind of very similar to a soup, actually. And so if you go back 100 years ago, already a lot of people were getting pulled away from making their traditional soups, or they were in situations where they just weren't getting nourished. And if you get a really good seawater such as ketone, that can really be miraculous for you. And for similar reasons, it's nourishing your body. It's providing your body with electrolytes and minerals that you need and you can absorb. So again, context here, whether we're talking about ketone or soup, we're assuming you were missing those things, that you were deficient in those things. So these are just not automatic miracles, right? But if they are addressing an imbalance or some kind of malnourishment that you have, then they're going to help you, and they're going to help you a lot. Going to something a little bit more specific, and you've heard me talk about this in my other videos, magnesium. Okay, and I talk about magnesium oil, baths, supplements, etc. And magnesium really has been like a miracle cure for a lot of people in modern times. And this is because magnesium is a very critical mineral that the body needs. And our foods are deficient, the animals, the vegetables. So even if you're making, for example, a soup, you still could likely be deficient in magnesium. Even if you're taking ketone, you could still be deficient in magnesium. It depends on everything else that's going on in your world around you, how much magnesium you're burning up and how much you're getting in from other sources. So in this case, supplementing with magnesium through something like magnesium oil can be miraculous. And there's a great book called The Magnesium Miracle, which I would recommend to anyone. There's just countless, endless stories about how magnesium just really, it is a miracle cure for some people for all manner of ailments. In this case, I'll differentiate something. When you look at magnesium compared to the other three solutions here, magnesium is not likely to help you much against a disease, where the others, liver, chicken soup, ketone, are super effective against disease because they really amp up your immune system. And when you nourish your body, you supercharge, you strengthen your immune system, and then you're immune to everything. A healthy human, if you've got enough to fully charge your immune system, you're not going to get sick. Magnesium can help a little bit, but it can't do everything by itself. So magnesium is really good about treating a lot of other ailments, hormonal imbalances, strengthening your bones, just many, many other things. All right, so moving on to some other examples. Okay, healing clays, okay, internal and topical. Again, we know through history, hundreds, thousands of years, we know that clay is amazing. And clay works in the both contexts that I mentioned before. Mainly it's a detox, okay? It's helping your body get rid of things that it's being overloaded by. It's helping your body to detox. And clay is also providing you some nourishment. Okay, so clay is really good. It's a really good, really powerful thing. And, we'll hear people talk about how it's a miracle cure. And again, if it is addressing issues that you have, yes, you might experience what feels like a miracle cure. So definitely look into healing clays. You'll hear me talk about that a lot. And I'm talking about not only bentonite clay, but mostly it's a bentonite clay. And there are a lot of other good green clays out there, red clays, etc. All right, so healing waters. Um, this topic is a little more diverse. For example, I have another video on hot and cold therapy. So healing waters can heal you in a lot of different ways. There are famous places around the world where people go into these healing pools, and one of the magical things behind the miracles there is that the people are getting magnesium or other things into their body, so they're getting nourished and they're detoxing. So again, these healing waters can have like healing clays, and some of them are also, it's kind of the same. Some of these healing waters, it's because they have clay in them. And you can make these things, you can recreate these things at home on your own. In addition, other kinds of healing waters, I mentioned the hot and cold. Hot and cold therapy is amazing for the body because it turns on systems that have been turned off. Again, I've got separate videos on that, so I'm not going to go into detail. I just want to, again, give you an example. People experience miraculous cures with different or various healing waters, and it's legitimate. And again, it depends on what's going on in your body. You always got to remember context. So all of these things we talk about, they don't work for 100% of people or 100% of conditions, right? So always have context in mind, but they do work. They are amazing. Another example of that is diets. So you hear people promoting all different kinds of crazy diets, and I talk about this a lot. Most of your diets are not good for you. You need a balanced meal. But why do diets have success? It seems like no matter how terrible a diet is, it always has some kind of limited success with some kind of, at least a minimal group of people. And one of the short, easy answers is fasting. When you do any kind of diet, you're doing a type of food restricted fasting. And this is a very powerful detox. So even something like a vegan diet, which I do not recommend, it can be very potent short term because it operates as a fast. It helps you to detox. But if you stay on it, if you adopt it as a way of life, you're going to be malnourished. Okay, so you're going to basically starve to death over time. So anyway, stay away from fad diets. I don't recommend them, but we have a lot of healing diets, a lot of protocols, and they work for a lot of different reasons. And again, that gets very complicated. But it's all about food. It is all about the diet. But don't get stuck in fads, okay? Understand why they're working. Maintain context. Make sure you know the context. Make sure you understand. Okay. Zeolite. Zeolite, this is related to clay, and this is really focused on the detox even more so. And so again, helping your body to get rid of stuff, especially heavy metals. You may have heard me speak about zeolite before. It's something I'm very fond of. I haven't talked about it a lot because you really have to be careful with zeolite. You have to get a really good product. And nowadays I have an exceptional nano-based zeolite that I really like. And we see a lot of people, again, having miraculous recoveries with all manner of things because the zeolite, this is actually operating through the blood. The nano zeolite gets into your blood, and then it helps your body do a gentle long-term detox, even pulling out such things as heavy metals. So again, this is another miracle cure. If that is your issue, if you've got a detox problem that you're not able to address with healing waters and healing clays and all the other forms of detox, zeolite might be the answer for you. Okay. Hey guys, so this is the new store that I have up online. You can check it out at vitagenics.thegoodinside.com. And right here you'll see this is the green detox pack that I'm mostly talking about with people and using. And of course you can just go to the home page, and there, if you're interested in CBD oil and things like that, there's a couple other really good products here. But basically I'm focused really on the zeolite, especially the nano zeolite is what I'm really excited about. And the super green juice is pretty cool if you need something like that, something to augment your nutrition. Of course, I always try to get people to use all real whole food, but if you can't, something like this can help you out and replace a whole bunch of supplements actually. So anyway, this is the new store that I got up online, and I hope you guys will take a look and yeah, get some products, check it out. There's some good information. I'll be talking about this more in the future. So hope to see you there. Okay, so a few more I'm going to give you here. Again, always keep context in mind. Sunshine. Man, this is so important. Sunshine nourishes you, it heals you. It's like part of your immune system. People are locked indoors too much and they don't realize it, so they're low on vitamin D. You don't want to just supplement with vitamin D. You want to get the sunshine because sunshine does more than just vitamin D. And really, people are seeing miraculous cures with that too. And when I'm talking about getting sunshine, there's a couple of things you may have heard me speak about before. Also, try to get that sunrise and sunset because that is triggering things in your body. It's helping your body adjust its internal clocks, and all your internal systems will work better if you get those circadian rhythms in sync and running well. So sunshine, highly underrated, definitely a miracle cure depending on what's going on with you. Something closely related to that is grounding. Another issue with modern man, people living in cities, we are too disconnected from the earth. And now, we are electrical beings. And if you are not grounded, you're not able to detox electrically and you're not able to charge electrically. So grounding is really very powerful. And again, you will hear testimonials out there about people that have had miraculous cures just by implementing proper grounding. And I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just bringing it up. Okay, this is another miraculous cure. Again, context required if that's the issue for you. Colloidal silver, people have heard me talk about colloidal silver. This one's a little more tricky to explain. There's a theory, right, that it is actually a nutrient, but we don't fully understand it. But man, colloidal silver, it just supercharges your immune system and your healing ability. And so I would have to classify this as a nutrient because it's not helping you with detox, but it's not also helping your body to repair. It is purely for your immune system. And without a doubt, colloidal silver is one of the most miraculous things I have ever seen and experienced and used myself. So I highly recommend it. And again, but there too, context is required. Colloidal silver is not going to heal everything, okay? It's not going to get rid of your dementia. It's not going to, cure other imbalances in your body, right? It's not going to balance your hormones. It's not going to take care of your depression, etc. But it will fight off any disease when your immune system is compromised, perhaps because you are malnourished at the time. So colloidal silver is one of these really good kind of fast helping things, kind of a backup plan. That's the way I look at it. All right, so exercise. Man, exercise activates your body. It helps you detox. It is so powerful, and it's another thing that's really underrated. You need to really get active, and even just simple things like walking, getting a little more active, you're going to activate systems in your body, and you're going to feel so much better. So definitely try to get more movement, more exercise into your lifestyle. All right, so that's about all I got here for this stuff. These are the examples that I wanted to give you. And to put this in a bit more context, okay, you take a look again. I opened up with this about what is a poison, right? And you've got these kind of what you might consider nebulous things, right? We're not talking about vitamin A or vitamin D, etc. All those things are critical. I'm talking about other things. So in this context, something like meditation, right? Mind over body or spirit over body. Do not underrate this. Meditation, breathing exercises, absolutely, they perform miracles for people. And the science understands, so I'm not talking about some kind of metaphysical stuff. We understand how it works now. Meditation, prayer, these things are absolutely legitimate. All kinds of therapy, getting counseling, psychologists, psychotherapy, etc., whatever. It really does help you. Family, okay, we are social creatures. So things like family, community, your village, just socializing, even if it's doing things like video games online, etc. These things are really powerful. They help you to heal. They give you a sense of belonging, to belong to something, to feel that you're needed, to feel useful, to feel wanted. This is very powerful healing. It really is. Do not underestimate it. Something like laughter, smiling, okay? Smile at somebody for no reason. Really, laughter is the best medicine. This is not an overstatement. It is excellent medicine. And the last thing I will leave you with is believing. You need to believe. Absolutely scientifically, we know the power of believing is unreal. Literally, like drug companies know, 60% of the effectiveness of their drugs comes from the placebo effect. It comes from the idea that you believe it's going to work. It's amazing. And unfortunately, the opposite is true, a nocebo effect or psychosomatic symptoms. If I tell you that you are sick, you're going to feel worse. The power of belief is so strong. And that's an issue that is very closely connected to what's going on right now in our current times with COVID-19, etc. And that's why you'll hear me talk about fear. Do not have fear. You have nothing to be afraid of if you are prepared. Like all of the things I've mentioned here, and many other things in my other videos, and I have videos specifically to address COVID-19, and again, it's about nutrition, your vitamin A, D, C, your zinc, your magnesium, your iodine. Make sure you're nourished and you got nothing to worry about. And you don't have to be perfect, right? We have these other things, some of them that I just tapped into a little bit. There are a lot of things that can really help us to, tip the scales back into our favor, so to say. So whatever ails you, whatever you fear, it can be overcome. If you don't believe it, just contact me. I'm happy to help you. Watch my videos, read my blog. I've got all kinds of information. I've got the course online. I'm actually opened up an online store recently to start selling zeolite and a few other things because I couldn't make those things available to people before. It was too inconvenient. And so now I've got a much more convenient way to provide some of these quicker solutions. But ultimately, I really want to help you get back on the permanent road to wellness, which means eating well, getting sunshine, living a healthy lifestyle. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps you get on your road to wellness. And I'll see you again soon. Hope you subscribe. Thanks again.